What is going on, guys? Zach here, back with another video. If this is your first time on this channel, hi. And while you're here, if you find yourself enjoying this video and liking what you see, feel free to hit the like button, and as well, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, trying to get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. We're pretty far off, but if you're watching this video, you can really help me out with that goal. And to get into the video, I'm going to be talking today about, you see I have a flannel on. Reason for that is here in Arizona, weather's getting a little bit colder, which means jackets, all of the cold season attire is getting put on. So we're going to be stuffing some more things in the pockets, some bigger items in the pockets, and let's talk about what my carry looks like in the fall and some updates for you as to what I'm going to be carrying now that it's getting cold outside. So let's get into it. First off is going to be the stuff that doesn't change, the stuff that is going to be the constant throughout all the seasons of the year. And to start it off is going to be this guy. This is the Apollo wallet from Andar and has been my favorite wallet to this day that I've carried. I've done a video covering Andar and the things I've gotten from them, so if you want a deeper look into this, feel free to check that video out. Next up is my pry bar. And this guy is the open door policy from Lynch Northwest. Absolutely love this thing. This is, I've tried many different pry bars in the past, generic ones, and this one is my favorite. The ergonomics on it are fantastic. Casey really did a good job on this. So Casey, if you're watching this, don't know if you are, but if you are, good job. And you might notice that this looks a little bit different from maybe the ones that you've seen before. And that's because I have a tendency to customize my gear. And so this one, I did a little bit of distressing, flame anodizing to it. The last video I posted on this channel, the video right before this one, I went over how I do my flame anodizing work. So if you want to check that out, feel free to. I did also mention this. This is my pen of choice that I will never be switching from because this is my favorite pen I've ever had. This is the bolt action pen from Big Idea Design, and I love this thing. I've also flame anodized it, if you can tell. Again, my favorite pen, I'm never switching from it. Unless you guys give me a better suggestion down in the comments, feel free to if you want. I'll check those out and see if a different pen can knock out the Big Idea Design. And then the last two things is, one of them is this Stinger utility blade. I always carry a utility blade on me for those heavier duty tasks, cutting down boxes and stuff like that, with things that I don't want to screw up the edge on my knife. I've cut boxes down with staples, ruined the edge on my Wii hyphen. That took me 2 hours to get the edge back on it. So I would much rather do those tasks with a utility blade that I can just replace the blade on. I don't have to resharpen it. I don't have to spend my time doing that. I don't mind doing it. I enjoy doing it. But if I don't have to and save a little bit of work for myself, then I will. So this guy, I've really been liking this one. And the action on this is on magnets. So you have one position, open and close. And what I'm running in here is the Lennox Gold blade. And it's been my favorite. I don't think I've used a better razor blade than the Lennox Gold. So if you're looking for suggestions on razor blades, if you carry a utility blade and find that your blades are dulling a little bit faster than you would like, check out the Lennox Gold because they are going to be fantastic. And then the last thing is a hank, and I think I'm going to be carrying this one a lot. This is the I don't remember the exact name of what she's calling it, but this comes from, if I can get it, Mad Pal Clothworks. Fantastic company. She does some really good work, and this is my favorite patterned hank, and specifically because it is the carpet pattern from the hotel in The Shining, which is one of my favorite movies. And so you have that pattern on the front and a really nice microfiber on the back. I typically wear glasses. I don't when I make these videos because sometimes with the light there's a weird glare, and I don't mess with that. I don't like that, so I just take them off. But I do wear glasses. Dealing with camera lenses, camera screens, phone screens is a big one. So microfiber is always handy, plus a hank to wipe down knife blades or anything that you might wipe down stuff with. it's just a handy thing to have on you from time to time. So this is going to be the one I will be carrying all fall because it's my favorite hank. Now, getting into the stuff that is different. Starting with knives. You know, now that we're going into fall, putting pants on, pants have bigger pockets typically than shorts, and there's a lot more space to deal with. You can compartmentalize your gear a lot better, and you can allow yourself to carry a bigger blade. And so with that, I will be carrying a bigger knife. Primarily for the last 4 or 5 months, I've been carrying back and forth between the Wee Hyphen and just recently the Ferrum Forge Crux. And those have been probably the ones I've switched back and forth to the most lately. But going into winter, I can carry a bigger knife. I have the pocket space to do so, and so I'm gonna utilize that. So first up, that's gonna be in the rotation this fall, is gonna be this guy. I haven't talked about this knife in a while because this knife is very large. This is the Civivi Praxis, and fantastic knife. This was my work knife for a couple months about a year ago. And now that we're getting back into fall, I'm going to be carrying this guy a whole lot more because Civivi really does amazing work with their knives. This one is no exception. You have a 9CR blade, a fairly textured G10 handle, a liner lock, and a ball bearing pivot. So this thing absolutely just falls shut. This probably needs to be sharpened. I haven't sharpened it in a while, so I'm going to be doing that. But this is first up in the knife rotation for this fall. Next up is one that I've kind of talked about here and there, but that is my Benchmade Griptilian. And this one specifically has my Carta scales on it that I put on it, and it's really changed this knife for me. It's brought this knife to a whole new level, and one that I really enjoy carrying more than I did before. Only thing with this is these scales, the mounting holes for the pocket clip did not come threaded. So there are no threads in the pocket clip. So I don't have a pocket clip on this, but in probably about 2 weeks, I have a solution for that coming in, and that with that in, I will be carrying this knife a whole lot more. This was my first Father's Day gift from my wife, and I want to give it the pocket time it deserves. I babied it for a long time because this was my first like premium knife, so I didn't want to absolutely destroy it. And now looking back, that was kind of a ridiculous thought process because these more premium knives are kind of meant to handle a lot of work. So definitely going to be carrying this one more. And the last one that I want to talk about is from Kaiser, and this is the Feist XL. And this one specifically 154 cm, black micarta handles, and ball bearing pivot. And Kaiser just does so good with their pivots because it just drops shut so smooth. So yeah, those are going to be the top 3 knives. I might throw in a couple more through the rotation, but so far those are going to be the top 3 knives that I'm going to be carrying. So be on the lookout for those. And now the last thing that I'm going to be switching up this fall and through winter and all of that is going to be flashlights. So what I have been carrying is primarily, as of lately, has been the Olight i3T EOS. As far as EDC goes, for work, I've been carrying the Baton 3 Pro, the Warrior Mini 2, but now that there's a lot more pocket space, more real estate to work with, we're bringing out the big guns. And first off is going to be the big boy, the Baton 3 Pro Max from Olight. Insane output, insane runtime. I had this thing, I was just talking to United with Gear on Instagram about this light, convinced him to pick one up, conveniently enough. But this is a fantastic, if you're looking for a work light, this one hands down all day every day. Had this running for about 5-6 hours on the medium mode, and it's still only at like 60%. So fantastic runtime, awesome output, 2500 lumens. It's only, what time is it? Not even 11 o'clock, and still you get insane output. So Baton 3 Pro Max, and the other one that I'm going to be bringing out that I haven't for a while is going to be this guy. This is the Warrior 3S, and I love this light. This was my first O light. Kind of went off the deep end with this one, but you got an insane spotlight on this. 23, I want to say this one's 2300 lumens. Pro Max is 2500. And they run off the same battery. They're both 18650 battery, or these are both 21700s. I take that back. But if you look at the size difference, I'm going to put the mic down. There is a massive size difference between the Pro Max and the Warrior 3S. Same battery, but what I specifically like about the Baton 3 Pro Max is this half lumen output. I love sub-lumen moonlight modes, and primarily is why I choose O-Light over any other flashlight. The Warrior 3S has a 1 lumen moonlight mode, which is fine. Anything below 5 lumens is acceptable. What I prefer is under 1 lumen, sub-lumen, because when you first wake up in the morning, you can barely see anything. Less than 1 lumen is going to be more than enough to navigate a dark room to get you where you need to go. Past that, once you get into 1 lumen and 5 lumens for some of the moonlight modes out there, that kind of is just a little on the higher end for that moonlight mode for me. So for me in the mornings, I'm either grabbing the Baton 3 Pro or the Pro Max, because both of those have a sub-lumen moonlight mode. And so, but I love this light because you get that the tail switch, which if you hard press, long press, it's going to give you a momentary. So instead of just a single on and off, you can hold it and it's going to give you, it's going to stay on until you let go of that light, which I really like. But if you half press, you also get I believe it's the medium mode for whatever that is. I'm not well versed in memorizing the output modes on flashlights, but whatever that medium mode is, half press that tail switch, it's going to give you that. Full press is going to give you turbo. And with that, that's my update. That's all the stuff that I will be carrying this fall. And now that we're getting into it, let me know down in the comments what you guys are carrying come these colder months. You know, with jackets with more pockets, what are you guys putting in your pockets? I'd really like to know that. And you know, if you just want to talk about gear, you want to shoot me a message, leave it down in the comments. I respond to every single comment, no matter what. So leave comments down below. Hit me up on Instagram. If you're new to this, my Instagram is linked down below as well, and everything mentioned in this video, there will be a link down in the description below as well. So that's all I got for you guys today. So with that said, until the next one, peace.